Time now for Football Friday Night, powered by WCTV.tv.
As many of our teams play under the lights tonight, we're thinking of those who aren't, beginning the road to a long cleanup after Hurricane Idalia.
And a rain-soaked rivalry night in South Georgia with the Sura pitcher on the line in Thomasville, and Bainbridge hosting those red-hot Thomas County Central Yellow Jackets.
But first, it's a game with a whole lot of soul. Gadsden County at Gene Cox Stadium to face the Rickards Raiders. What else is it? It's the Soul Bowl. It's our game of the week. Welcome into your Football Friday Night. My name's Ryan, her name's Alison, and you'll get to see Sid just a little bit later. Listen,
it's been a long week, man.
There's no real reason to wax poetic beyond other than the fact that we love you, we're thinking about you, we care for you. We ended up having what? A little north of 11 teams or so that missed their games tonight because of Idalia? Yeah,
it's tough, man. And being in Perry and Madison over the last couple days, it's super tough to see fields the way that they are with damaged press boxes and scoreboards. So if you didn't get to play tonight, again, like Ryan said, we are definitely thinking of you, and we know you'll be back soon.
And we're ready to get you back out under those lights. But there were two teams under the lights tonight, and that includes the Rickards Raiders and the Gadsden County Jaguars. Last year at Gene Cox, it was Rickards who got quite the surprise from a struggling Gadsden squad. However, the script flipped a little bit this year. Rickards 1-0, Gadsden 0-1. Who would get it done tonight? We take it to Sydney Wicker for your game of the week.
Well, if you couldn't hear it, it's pretty obvious. They call it the Soul Bowl for a reason. But would it be the Jaguars or the Raiders that would leave it all out in Gene Cox Stadium? Raiders looking for some revenge after Gadsden County shocked them last season. The Jags, though, looking for their first win of the season. Gadsden County getting to work early. That defense shutting down Rickards with a big sack by Zyke Washington. Skip to the second quarter. It's 3rd down and 14 to go. Freshman quarterback Landon Doherty with the ball. He goes ahead and keeps this one to continue the Jags drive. That will set up Austin Perkins to rush this one in for the first touchdown of the night. Rickards with the ball, but they can't hang on to it. Josiah Knight can, though. Gadsden County gets the ball. Second half, though, the question is, can Gadsden County get the finish? They start things off with a statement. QB hands this one off to Austin Perkins with a 60-plus yard run all the way to the house. That's right, nobody's catching this guy anytime soon. If you didn't get the gist, the Jags came ready to win and ready to finish. To put the stamp on things, we'll go ahead and switch things up as Doherty hits Nas Williams in the air, the first passing touchdown of the night. Rickards wouldn't go without making some noise, though. An interception sets things up for him. Benjamin Henry passes to Marion Battle for a late touchdown. The Jaguars do go on to win this one 24-7. Jags getting their first win of the season. The coach says this is what his team was in need of.
Not more so for me, more so for those guys. At the end of the day, I've been pushing them really hard. So they finally now get to see, hey, it works. So at the end of the day, I'm happy for those guys. You know, I'm an old guy, I'm happy for them.
The Jaguars win tonight gives them their second consecutive Soul Bowl victory. From Gene Cox Stadium, I'm Sydney Wicker, WCTV Sports.
Hey, thanks so much, Sid. And yeah, we were jamming throughout that.
I mean, they call it the Soul Bowl for a reason, right? I mean, the bands are going to go at it. They're going to go at it after the game, too. And Jags have a good reason to go at it tonight.
Absolutely. 24-7, second straight Soul Bowl victory, like Sid told you. This is a team that had Lowndes on the ropes last week.
Had Lowndes on the ropes.
Very well be 2-0 right now.
100%. Yeah, they should have beat a good Lowndes squad last week, but they came out. You know what? This is a rivalry game. We've talked about it before. Anything can happen in a rivalry game. They responded.
Yeah, absolutely. Big emotional win for them, but we are not even close to done. Plenty more across the Big Bend in South Georgia, including a big one in Southwood tonight. Florida High hosting Ponte. Vedra. Come on back. It's Football Friday Night. Now, we normally highlight Battle for the Banner tonight, but this week, a little different than most. The real winners, those that are helping with storm cleanup and recovery. The linemen who are getting all the power back on, continuing to help those impacted by Hurricane Idalia. So this salute for you, and also
Florida High football team went out to Perry yesterday, helped clean some yard debris. I talked to the granddaughter of those homeowners tonight when I was at the Florida High game. She said that her grandparents so thankful for the Seminoles to come out and help yesterday.
Awesome to see our communities come together, especially our football community come together. The Noles and a whole lot more coming up after this. Welcome back to your Football Friday night. There's a couple teams in red in Thomas County and Grady County that know a little thing about playing each other.
Know a little thing about playing each other. 72 times Cairo and Thomasville have played, guys. 44 times the Dogs have come out with the syrup pitcher, including the last 3 games. Round 73, that's a crazy number. Tonight in the Rose City. Let's go.
Absolutely, let's go. A light show at Veterans Memorial for this one. The Bulldogs, the first to put points on the board, but they would settle for a field goal. However, the Syrup Makers followed up in similar fashion at the start of the second quarter. KJ Spence going to put this one up ahead as the Makers have themselves a 7-point lead. However, that pitcher is still going to the Syrup City. Yeah, I made you wait for that a little bit, Cairo. A little fake out reverse, but it was 24-3. All Makers tonight in the Rose City.
You love to see it. Week 2 of the season, 4 teams in Florida, but week number 1 for Florida High. The Seminoles game canceled last week. They got just 1 practice in this week, Ryan, as they hosted Ponte. 3-0 Noles early in this humid affair. Sharks scoring here. Brian Case taking the handoff, finds the gap. He is untouched into the end zone. It's 7-3 Ponte. Late second quarter, Sharks driving again, but this ball batted away. Nick Rose saying no way. He comes up with it, and he is pretty juiced about it too. And the Seminoles, they would strike soon after. 4th down, going for it, and I'll tell you this. It's going to pay off. Jeremy Johnson to Keyshawn Inman. Seminoles lead 9-7 at the break after the blocked extra point. And I say that because it's big. That's the difference maker in this one. 23-22 the final score. Ponte Vedra would come back to get the win over the Noles tonight.
Heartbreaker for the Noles at Mike Hickman Stadium. A soaker at Centennial Field tonight as Bainbridge hosted their rivals from Thomas County Central. 3rd quarter, Jackets with the ball. They'll go airborne. Jalen Johnson heaves it deep, finds a man deep into Bearcat territory. The Jackets were already up, and they're looking for more, but the drive would stall. They settle for a field goal, 24-7. For the guys from the county over, a couple counties over actually. Ensuing Bearcat drive, 3rd and long. Cam Sanders calls his own number, breaks into the second level, gets past the secondary, finds himself on the near sideline, but it's a huge gain, and a couple plays later, Sanders, question for you. Who's covering Antavius Murray?
Nobody.
Nobody. The little dump up turns into 6 points in a hurry. It puts the Cats back in this thing, but after that, Central turns on the afterburners. The Yellow Jackets 3-0. Big winners tonight over their rivals from Decatur County, 45-14.
Love to see it. A beautiful night off Meridian Road, folks. North Florida Christian looking to rebound off last week's loss to Leon. So could they do it? Here we go. Late first half of 5, but University Christian, they're pretty good for a reason. Gorgeous pass. Better catch by Shamar McNair. Runs the goal line, sets up the Christian for this. Cashing it in. Alan Woods, the short run, puts them on the board. Second half, Eagles couldn't stop the bleeding. A quarterback keeper, and the Christians balloon the lead to 11. Could NFC answer? How about this? Yes, they can. J.P. Pickles to Leon Washington, making the grab. He breaks free, gets his face mask pulled, but stays on his feet. Washington starts limping into the end zone, but you know what? He gets it again. It's like a magnet. Are you kidding me? Washington will walk off on his own power, but the Eagles would not find the scoreboard again. University wins this one 48-23.
Oh, and 2 NFC. Didn't have that on the bingo card to start.
I don't think anybody did.
All right, we've got South Georgia rivalries galore, and there's a really underrated one around Camilla and Pelham, and that's, of course, the Hornets and the Eagles.
Yeah, and you know what's really kind of sad about this one? They're 12 miles from each other, so it builds up like all year long. They didn't get to play last year.
They were supposed to be our game of the week last year.
And everything got ruined, so this rivalry has like a year to fester, so you know this fan base ready to go tonight from both sides. They call it the backyard brawl. But the biggest player in this one, you know all about it because you got a little ring on yourself.
Yeah, I know just a little bit about that.
A muddy mess. Pelham in the red zone. They hand it off. The field conditions just too much. Look at this guy slide right here. The rain. Mitchell County would recover it. Next play, Mitchell County turns the ball over on the 1-yard line.
Oh,
this guy's the story all night long. Hornets finally hit pay dirt. They find the end zone. They would miss the extra point, but no worries. 20-6 the final tonight. Visitors coming out on top.
All right, game one for the Lincoln Trojans. They were supposed to play another team in town. Wonder why that game got canceled. Christian Sims connects with Jay Sean Washington. 25. I'm not starting anything. 7-0 early lead for the green and gold. Pace's turn. Nick Simmons. Send your letters to Alison. Joseph Skipworth wide open. We're tied at 7 at the break. Lincoln take the lead here. I promise I didn't mean to make that something. 17-yard touchdown run, 14-7. Great win for the Trojans.
Absolutely.
Big one, 21-7. I guess a pretty good pace score.
You love to see it. Jason Colley and Maclay taking the trip north to T-ville to play Brookwood tonight. Opening drive for the visitors. The Marauders rolled the dice early on 4th and 3, and Cole Lewis says, move the sticks, folks. Gamble paying off. That's twice we've seen that tonight. Gutsy. It's first down. Not long after, Maclay taking it to the air. George Grant finds Blake Brannon all alone. The PAT, though, not good. So it's 6-0. Ensuing Warrior drive. Raj Waldrop.
Watch this. Watch this.
Drops back to punt, or psych fake all the way. He finds TJ Thomas, who surges into Maclay territory. Red zone now for the Brookwood Warriors. You love to see it. Waldrop rolling left, biding his time, taking it all. Finding Seth Boggs for the score. Warriors, they lead 7-6, and they survive a good one tonight, folks. 35-27.
Every time these two get together, it always seems to be a good game. Let's go to the Woods. Chiles coming off a tough loss to McCullough, now hosting Fletcher out of Jacksonville Beach. Special teams make an instant impact in this one. Not exactly a blocked punt, but more a block into your own. Anyway, it rolls out of bounds. Chiles has a short field. You get it. T-Wolves knocking on the door. Ronald Moses Jr. Patience is a virtue, and it's also a touchdown. 7-0 for the T-Wolves. More Fletcher miscues. 10-0 Chiles now. Quarterback can't handle the snap. Butterfingers. T-Wolves got it. Could they capitalize again? Well, they're handing out presents, so why not? Yes, last play of the quarter on the 1 millimeter line. Microscopic. Moses again parts the seas. I see what our script writer did there. The home crowd loving it. The T-Wolves with a big win in this one, 31-0.
Things you love to see. So here we go. Marianna hosting Liberty County tonight. They beat Holmes on their home field in their opener tonight. Hosting once again the Bulldogs in town. They're coming off a loss to Fort St. Joe. First quarter, Amari Clemens, 10-yard touchdown run. It's 8-0. Same score. The swing pass to Clemens. He is off to the races.
Pass. I'm always here for a swing pass. Let's take a look-see.
There we go.
Oh, there it is. Good stuff. And yeah, open field too.
There he goes.
43 yards. Wide. Ooh,
that's
nice busted tackle.
Oh yeah, there you go. Right down the line too, skirting it. I love it. It's 14-0. Second quarter now. How about giving it to number 4 again? Hey, if he can do it, why change it up, right? There he goes. Scoring. I have no idea why I'm in this script.
Hey, just take a final. Why not? I think you get the idea. Marianna had a good night.
I don't think we want to know those highlights anyways. It's 46-0. Marianna on top. It's been a long week.
How about a big look at the big board? Here's some interesting scores for you. Leon is 2-0.
I love it. Going on the road, beating GHS out of Gainesville.
Yeah, Vernon gets the win over Franklin. Tough game, 17-13 Bluntstown. Colquitt let Tiff score. That's kind of a surprise.
I was going to say in a safety too. Like,
yeah.
What? 40-2? That's such an odd score.
You already knew about Wakulla, Clinch Blanks,
last
Miller.
Night.
Yeah.
Lanier County, look at them. 33-3. That is a big, and Valdosta too, man. That game actually had to be moved to Adel because Bazemore Hyder has no power.
Cook Memorial. That's why they moved the game up for Valdosta State tomorrow.
Yeah, Valdosta State. We were told earlier you can shoot the game. Don't expect to edit because your laptop's not going to fire up because we do not have power at Bazemore Hyder. But going to Adel, supposed to be a home game, getting a road win, I guess, over Banneker, 48-7. So big shout out to the Wildcats there.
Lots of good stuff. Just missing one score. Any Monroe fans that know it, let us know. We'll try to get it on the air. Don't go away. Plays of the week coming up after that. Welcome back to your Football Friday night. Before we keep moving to Plays of the Week, Leon is 2-0.
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
I got a message for you, Coach McGriff. We're drinking the Big Red Kool-Aid. We got it. It's delicious. It's nutritious. Let's ride it to 3-0, boys.
I'm just going to let Ryan have his moment here. He walked out with this after the first block of the show. And I'm like, what is this
We
for?
bring the props
The
on Football
syrup
Friday
pitcher?
night.
Like, what do we do with the
bring
red?
the
He's like,
props.
just wait, I got you.
We're drinking the big red Kool-Aid.
So Leon's 2-0, and I'm just going to spoil this. I think we got a Play of the Week nominee from Leon, maybe? No, we don't?
We
No,
don't.
We don't. That's okay.
We didn't have the highlights from them.
We
this
didn't
week,
have them. That's
unfortunately.
all right. Hey, but you know what?
Let's
We do
get to
have
'em.
3 great nominees for Play of the Week. Let's go here first. JP Pickles, this wild play, airing it out to Leon Washington, making the grab, gets tangled up with the defender, ball comes loose, hops on it, rolls around. That's a touchdown. He's hurt, grabbing the hamstring, but he's okay. We good.
Raj Waldrop punting, nope, throwing. It's TJ Thomas surging into Maclay territory for the first down. They'd score on the drive. Brookwood with a nice win over Maclay tonight.
I love it. And let's go to Bainbridge now. And I feel like Cam Sanders and Tavius Murray, it's always a connection we can count on. Nobody's going to stop Murray tonight. Turns into 6 points in a hurry, folks. Huge play there for our third nominee for Play of the Week.
Yeah, vote for your favorite on WCTV.tv. And come on back next week because we are headed to Wacala. That's where the War Eagles are going to play the Monroe Bobcats for our game of the week. This has some pretty interesting potential here.
Yeah, it does. You know, Wacala went to Orlando this week, had that huge blanking win on a Thursday night. Still looking for that Monroe final, but Monroe's, I mean, we'll see what happens in this game. I'm excited to see it.
Absolutely. Cannot wait to see that. Cannot wait to see what happens this weekend. Go Noles, go Rattlers, go Blazers, and now
go Nighthawks. You'll love to see it. They play
tomorrow.
at 12 noon tomorrow, and we're going to talk more football, guys. We got so much left. Football Friday night overtime coming up. WCTV.tv and on the app. So you know what?
Throw some
See you
papers.
guys in a minute.
Night, y'all.